like we did last week, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So I've caught a couple. I've been out here for a bit. I got another video got it done, and I'm just gonna let you down and continue fishing and hope that I don't knock the boat in the water. It's probably gonna be at a little bit of an angle today for some reason. I don't know why. It's not want to set it perfectly right. So I don't know what the difference is today than the last time, but maybe it'll settle out here in a minute. I don't know. Trying to get it all adjusted here. Hey, you stupid thing. You didn't do this last time. Why are you rolling around? I may have to let it flip over one time, guys. Let's see what it does. No, that ain't it. Well, you may be at an angle, guys, because it don't want to cooperate. Maybe if I stuck a little rock here to help hold it. We'll figure out something. That's a little better. You know, was a little better if I moved it. Leave it alone, Tony. Alright. There we are. It's a little better. Yeah, I've caught 2 little bluegill so far. But, yeah. Gonna get right back at it. See what else we can catch. Alright. So far, I've missed, I don't know, 2 or 3. And I caught one 10-footer. Of course, I put it back before I didn't want no one to see it. So it was like 10 foot, about 300 or 400 pounds. I put it back. And didn't want nobody to get embarrassed with the big fish I caught, and I didn't catch one. So, yeah, we wanted to make it look like, you know, that I didn't catch the biggest fish around. Everybody's didn't want to hurt no one's feelings that I caught the biggest fish around. So I put it back off camera. That's one of them behind the scene things that you never see. That big fish I caught. Like this one here that's trying to run off my reel. That's a little bluegill, probably. Gonna be a little bluegill. No, believe it or not, it's gonna be a little bass. Probably a pound, half maybe. I thought there might be a bass in the area. Little bass right there. Nice size little bass. If I was eating them, he'd be perfect. But we don't eat them. We always catch and release. I know, buddy. Hold on. Little nice size little bass right there, guys. There he is. All right, let's toss him back. Grow up, boy. We're going to let him grow up for another day. So that's 1 bass and 2 bluegills so far today that we've caught. I was afraid it wouldn't bite after all the rain. And we have had about 9 inches of rain total, from what I've been told. And quite a bit of storms. If you ain't checked out any of my storm videos, check them out. There's some pretty nice lightning. If you like lightning and storms, they're pretty cool. But we always do it at a safe distance. Most of the time, hovering in the house or on the porch. But yeah, check them out. There's a few awesome videos. Some good streaks of lightning. Very nice streaks of lightning, actually. And I ain't just saying that because I record them, because I don't do that good anyways. I don't claim to be an expert photographer. But I did get some good shots. I guess it's the luck of the straw, I guess. That big. Now that I caught him, maybe he'll tell his friends, hey, we got some good food here. He'll come back and bring his buddies. If anybody's came in, nice to see you. We're just out chilling, fishing. Don't know if you've seen it, but I just caught a bass, about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. Not really worried about fishing for anything in particular, just whatever is biting. We didn't recoup my tackle box back because somebody snagged it out of my truck while my son was driving it. So, yeah, hopefully they're using it to tackle to feed their family or at least enjoy fishing with it. As long as you're getting one of the two out of it, hey, I'm fine with that. Just, you'll hear me fuss about it from time to time because it was about $500 worth of tackle. And it's sad to see it gone. But that's what happens when you leave your car doors unlocked and your windows down and your keys sitting in the car. I'm surprised they didn't take the car, because he is bad for doing that. Every once in a while, you can give him your debit card and he'll even leave that sitting in the car. He's used to Tennessee and nobody bothering nothing where we used to live. And, you know, you're further in north and times is harder than what they were but then. And people, not everybody, some people tend to just help themselves. They figure a free open door is a free door. And that's not the way it is, but sometimes it ends up being that way. So who do you blame? Do you blame the robber? Or do you blame your kid? You know what I mean? Which overall, I can't say nothing. I got a pretty good son. I do apologize about the wind, because it is a little windy out here today. But hey, I'll take this breeze any day. I didn't bring my mic today. I just brought very little stuff with me, because I didn't know if anything would bite today or not after all the rain. So it surprised me I caught what I have already. If I didn't catch another one, I'd still be happy. Like I said, whether I catch something or not, the relaxing is catching. If nothing else, I caught relaxation. I would say that bass has scared my fish away, though. They were biting pretty good. Now they seem to have stopped for a moment. But this culvert right here is a perfect place to fish. I've caught like, I don't know, at least 9 or 10 bass right out of this culvert, because it feeds from the other pond into this pond, and the water flows through, and the fish love coming to this culvert. I've held it off the bank, I mean not off the bank, but off the edge here, straight down, and caught bass before. We'll try up this way and see if anything's biting that way. Maybe they moved around. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday evening or Monday day, whichever. I was trying to see if I could see if anybody's in, but the sun's hitting the screen and I can't see nothing. So if you came in, I appreciate it. I was asked a question too. I don't know if anybody knows or not. Does these lives count any off your watch time hours? And for the ones that's helping me, if any of the ends come on here, we are down now to 216 or something like that, 216, 214 needed, and that's all. So I do appreciate the help so far. And hopefully we'll get a few to help me finish knocking them on out. Which I don't know how in the world I don't have enough watch hours, because I mean, it says on my thing I've got 7,500. And now I'm up to 7,500 and still ain't got enough watch hours, so I don't know what's going on with that. Craziest thing I ever seen. It's confused me so much. I mean, but you know, it is what it is. It's still saying I need it, so I got to get it, and that's the way I'm looking at it, you know. And then there's others I'm helping with theirs as well. They're trying to get their goal in, which, you know, I'm gonna help whoever needs help, regardless if they help me or not. If I find out they need help, I'm gonna help them. That's what our community is about, is helping each other. It's what it's supposed to be set up for, is to help each other. So, hey, that's what I'm all for. Just don't do like me, get a shock at the end and you think you got everything good to go, and all of a sudden you hear from somebody else, hey, you're not ready to go there, buddy. You know, if you think you might need some help with something, reach out to somebody, you know. Reach out to me or whoever. I don't care. I'll help you. If I can help you any way at all, I'll help you. I'm usually up to 1 o'clock in the morning answering messages and watching people's videos and stuff like that. I've been running a few channels at night and during the day both. And I'll go to bed and sleep to about 4 a.m. So 1 to 4, that gives me about 3 hours, and I'm back up and usually at it again. That's why half the time I probably look like walking death. I hear everybody say, well, that's not enough sleep. I know. But if I stay sleeping too long, I get all that junk in my chest built up from that lung condition I have. So I would rather get up than to have to fight all that stuff all morning long. Trying to get that stuff broke up out of your chest is not no fun. I bet he got the worm. No, he didn't get it. There's so much junk in there around the bobber and stuff, you can't tell what's going on with it. We'll try out a little further right about there and see what happens. Come on, little fishies. No, I just started the live stream. I've been fishing way before then. I've been out here about 45 minutes before I started the live stream. I was just filling the water to see if they're biting any. And telling some fishing stories from when I was a kid. If you want to hear them, check out the video. I spent a lot of time talking to myself. It seems like you spend a lot of time talking to yourself when you're doing these videos until you play them, or somebody watches them and you set them up to watch them. People walk around you like you're crazy because you're sitting there talking with your camera, or thinking you're nuts. I always like the ones that don't want to be on camera, but they want to walk up to your camera. You're like, well, you wouldn't have been on video if you would have walked up to my camera. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, that breeze feels so good out here today. This week it's goodbye 90s, well, hello 70s. It's supposed to be 70s something all week. I'm tickled to death with that weather. Hope to get in a couple of good cemeteries this week. It's going to be cooler. which I'm glad to get that one knocked out. I just finished up too and posted today. That was a pretty good size one. My last couple have been pretty good size. Them ones where you gotta walk a lot, they wear you down quick, especially in that heat. Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so hot. Just doing that in that heat, though, wears you down at times. And then it seems like I got a shut off time on my body. It shuts once it's shut down at like 3 o'clock in the evening. 3 o'clock seems like it's time to quit for the day. And most of the time, that's usually the time I'm driving home after being there all day. And sometimes it'll take me 3 or 4 good hours to get my recording done for the day. Videos might be 30 minutes, but all that time in between trying to walk, all that, read stones, it's impossible and all that, it adds up on you. So that maybe some of these fixes are trying to fix a few of them here and there. If I can fix it, though, I try to fix them. If it's something simple. You need tools, you can forget that. I don't have any. I don't mow grass and stuff, or I don't plant flowers anymore, or nothing like that. Where I live, my landlord takes care of everything, so I don't have to do anything. So I got rid of all that stuff. This is your goading years. You're supposed to be goading, relaxing, not still mowing grass and killing yourself. So I try to avoid all that physical labor stuff anymore as much as possible, unless I have to. Now, if I have to do something, you ain't got no choice, then I'll do it. And anymore, I like to leave it for what they call them young pups. Oh, you got more worms except for a little snibble. That's all right. We played it smart this time, guys. Because the last time when I got ready to leave, is I sit here, sure as the world, and I would never tell you to lie, because I don't lie. There was a big bass below me that I would say weighed every bit of at least 5 or 6 pounds. And I didn't have the first worm to try to catch him. And he sit there in front, down right off the edge of here, and taunted me. Because I had no way to catch him and nothing to catch him with. And he was a big one too. He was a monster. He would have been a nice sized bass to have caught. And I didn't catch him because I had nothing to even try with. And that was so aggravating. So to be able to look down off the bank here, well, I call it a bank, but off the wall here, and see him and not even be able to fish for him, it drove me nuts. So this time I played it smart and brought 2 dozen night crawlers, just in case. Not that I'm going to need them all today, but I didn't want to sit there and get to the last one, and there's a big one just moved right there, a big fish. So that's what's happening to my bait situation. The biggie ones are moving around. And big bass are moving around trying to see what they can scoop up after that rain and all that settlement. I just seen something big move there, a big fish. It's either a bass or a carp. Now there is carp in here. And I don't want to catch one of them either, because that's just a waste of time. Of course, I may not throw them back anyway, but still, I don't want to catch no carp. And I believe that's what's happening here now. There's a big bass in the area. He may not be biting, but he's in the area, scaring the other fish away. We're going to go out a little further and get out of that area, because I believe that's what's happening. There's a big bass there. He don't want to bite, but he don't want nothing else to bite either. Wind's blowing pretty good. I got to watch it, make sure it don't blow over the rod. I mean, the phone, and knock it in the water. That would be awful. Trying to look and see if I can see if anybody's in. Can't really tell. If you've come in, I appreciate you coming. We're just out fishing, killing the day. Let's see if I can see if anybody's on there. I just about pulled the phone out. Oh, it lost signal. All right, are you there? Are you back? All right, bluegrass. Hi, welcome in. Who else we got here? And we see. I can't see anybody. I see bluegrass. And somebody. There's a big dirt spot right where I need to read, believe it or not. From the worms, I guess. Somebody just texted, we're back. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming back if you're watching. We're just out chilling, fishing, trying to see if I can see me catch anything. I did catch one bass and 2 bluegill so far. And my phone is acting up. If I lose you though, I mean, it's because of the signal, because it is pretty windy out here today. I'm hoping that's not going to sit here directly. Sorry about that, guys. Try to find a rock to prop the phone, because it don't want to go. You can only turn it one way for some reason. I don't know what it's been doing. I don't want another sideways video. I thought we got that taken care of, but you never know with these phones. They have a mind of their own, just like that new not GoPro, but gimbal I bought. That thing does what it wants to when it wants to. I bought it the first day, it worked perfect. Ever since then, it ain't worth a crap. So I don't know. I guess because where I go, it don't get good signal. It's sad to pay $140 for something and it don't pick up half the time when you need it. If it's just going to be one of them carrying sticks or whatever you call it, I'm better off just pay the $20 for a stick and be done with it. That's the sad part about it. I was trying to see who came in underneath bluegrass, but I can't see it because of that smudge mark. I do apologize about that. I guess you can call it worm feces all over my fingers, and I touched the screen. So when I touched the screen, it smudged the screen. How nice, huh? So I'm gonna have to disinfect my phone with bleach when I get home. It's just such a beautiful day here. I don't know what the weather is like in Kentucky today, but it is gorgeous here today. We're sitting at 74 degrees, nice cool breeze. It's partly sunny, and it's just a nice day. Nice day to be outside instead of stuck indoors. My son's like, well, Dad, you got too many problems to be going out today. And I'm like, son, if I go out today or whether I sit at home, I'm still going to have the same problems come tomorrow. So I'm going out fishing. So he's like, well, just be careful then. And I'm like, yeah, I will. I guess he waits each evening to see what I come home with banged up the next time I go out every time. But that's why you call it an adventure, because you don't know what's going to happen while you're gone. I don't know why you want to keep on that bank. We ain't caught it. It flew the baller. I put a bigger floater on this time so I could see it better. Now the floater is so big that once the wind catches it, it wants to blow it away from where I want to go with it. Uh-oh. Well, we had a big bass on and let him get off. You can see that reel? He had a big one on there and let him get off. He pulled it right out. We'll go right back here a moment. Well, close to it, I guess. See if we can get him back. I doubt we will, because I doubt he'll come back for the second time. Especially after that pull that he just had on us. He was on there and I let him get away. It's these hooks anymore. They don't make the hooks like they used to. They used to have a little claw on the back of them, and these ones nowadays don't have that little claw on there to help hold them on. So they just spit them hooks right back out. That's what that one done, was spit the hook back out. But he was on her. He had it bent good. I let him get away. Ah, well. Maybe he'll bite another day. I don't let it bother me when I miss them, though. I just let it, take it easy and then wait for the next one to come along. I usually bring my daughter-in-law with me. She loves to go fishing. She'd never been fishing, so I took her, and she enjoyed it. I think 2 summers ago or something like that, we went about every time he turned around. She was wanting to go fishing, and she hadn't went this year with me. And believe it or not, last weekend was the first weekend I had went this year, and she was like, it was too hot for her to come. She didn't want to come because it was too hot. And I'm like, well, I ain't gonna let the heat stop me from doing something I want to do. I mean, but she didn't come. And I got home, she said, "You catch anything?" And I told her how many I caught, because I caught like, I don't know, it was like 18 bluegill and 3 bass last time. Not as good today, but it is what it is. After 9 inches of rain, I'm surprised anything's biting. I know the pond's fuller. It wasn't as full last week. I don't even know how populated this pond even is, though, as far as fish-wise. It'd be neat to watch them. They used to do a thing up here. You could have them come shock your pond, and you could see what you had in your pond. And that's cool to watch. If you ever get a chance to watch somebody doing that, check it out. It's awesome. You'll see all the big fish, and they all float to the top. It don't kill them. It just shocks them. And they take a look like a little nap, and they wake back up. And you'd be surprised what you got in your pond when you have them shocked. Down in Tennessee, the old boys down there, some of them used to dynamite the fish. They'd take a stick of dynamite and throw it in and let it float out. And then it'd kill the fish, and they'd go around and scoop up the fish that they wanted. That's illegal to do. They done it anyways. That was years ago. We never done it. We just done it the old-fashioned way. Rod and reel or trot line. Of course, I have seen some horror stories about them trot lines too. We was down swimming one time and close to a little area. There was a trot line ran across there, and some sick individual put puppies on the trot line. Little puppies. They were dead, all of them. But there was like 6 puppies across the trot line, across the river. That was the most disgustingest thing I ever seen, I think. It was horrible. And we were just smaller too. We were like, I don't know, I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. And then my brother, one brother was like a year older than him, and the other one's a year older than him. And to find that was just disgusting. This right here is good barbecue weather, and just sitting around watching a bonfire burn. That big bass, he ain't letting nothing else bite. He's held them all up in that area. That one I missed. Something's moving over there now, going right towards me, but they ain't come over the whole way. That's a bigger fish too. I see him there now. There's a big old fish right in there coming across. They're skimming the top of that water, and this culvert coming through, seeing what's coming through, I guess. We'll see if he bites. Probably not. He's probably just going to keep everything from biting. He's going to keep everything from biting. You little turkey. We'll go out a little further and see if we can have any luck to get away from over there then. He's running everything off. He don't want to bite, he's keeping everything from biting. So we'll try out a little further. Give me time to get a drink of water. I just seen one dive down right there, and it was a bass. I could probably come into this culvert and they'd probably bite. If I ain't caught him yet. We'll see what happens. If anybody's come in, thanks for coming in. I can't see the messages for the sun hitting the screen, but I do appreciate you coming in. We're just killing the Sunday, just playing around fishing. Like I said, we caught a couple bluegill and one bass, about a pound and a half from runner. So far, we hooked a big one and let it get away. But that's the way life is. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. I do got something I believe with it there now. Playing with it a little bit. Not wanting to bite it, but playing with it. The night crawlers are so bad. If it's a little fish, I don't think they can get their mouth over it. We'll go back over this way and see if we can get. Maybe he'll try to bite again. I do hope everybody's having a good Sunday evening or a Monday. Such a beautiful day. Oh, there goes something different. We missed him, but he was a middling. I think we gotta let him get away. He's just sniveling away. He's trying to pick that worm off there. He's trying to pick away the worm. Let's go right back a little bit close to that area. See if we got the string tight. I miss a lot of fish by not having my string tight. Especially on a windy day, because it floats your bobber around. You think it's tight, and it's not. Then you go to pull it and you miss the fish. We'll kind of wiggle it there a moment. I think he's on there, but oh yeah, he's on. He's on, fish on. Oh man, he got in that junk. I don't know what weighs the most, the fish or the junk. That's a pretty good sized bluegill. Look at that one, guys. That's a nice one there. If he was eating them, that would be a perfect one. Look at that one. For a bluegill, that's a pretty good sized one. I must say myself. And he's got some pretty color to him too. That's a nice sized fish. All right, there you go. Back in the water, buddy. That was a nice one there. Nice size one. There's some nice ones in here. You just got to catch them. And I don't count them unless I get them to the bank. Because to me, if it falls off right there, that's not counting. That you didn't catch him. Now, if I had my kids with him and when they were younger, I'd say, yep, we count that one. Nowadays, though, I don't count them. My son don't like to fish. He said he finds it to be boring. Unless he's catching something every 5 seconds, to him it's boring. And I'm like, that don't happen all the time, son. Sometimes you have to sit and wait on the fish. And he don't like that wait. He gets bored. I get bored, but I ain't gonna sit there and, be in a hurry when you're fishing, because I mean it don't pay to. You ain't gonna catch nothing. You gotta sometimes give them time. You're at their leisure when you're fishing, not yours. Sometimes you just have to work your reel a little bit too to get them interested in it. We gotta get out of that junk. It's taking me to the bank too far. We gotta get out of that crud. That's better right there. That's better. Hello, people. This is one little busy area, though, so they got a trailer park next to it. There are a lot of people living there. There's always cars coming through. May have to put some fresh worm on there before they'll pay attention to it now. That worm's getting kind of straggly. I believe we're going to have to give it some new fresh bait. They're getting kind of bored with that piece. That wind wants to take my floater right back to that bank. Bouncing my phone around, I keep keeping an eye on it, thinking it's going to fly in the water any moment. That would not be good. I mean, I have my other one, but I try not to use it unless I have to, because it takes so long. It is so hard to get it to upload. I don't know what it is. I don't do it from the computer. I do it from my phone. And it takes forever to upload off that one other phone. A 13-minute video will take you sometimes an hour to upload. And I'm like, how in the world does it take an hour to upload a 13-minute video? You would think it'd be less time than anything because it's only 13 minutes, but no. It takes forever. So I usually try to record everything on my personal cell phone, and the other one's just a backup phone. But I have different internets for everything, so I can run everybody's channels and stuff on different things. I run like 4 people's channels every evening on different internets, so everybody gets credit. All right, let's try a new worm on there and see what happens. Sorry about the bouncing, guys. It's the wind. It ain't me this time. This shaking is not my fault. I was hoping with that new gimbal we'd get rid of the shaking, but every time there's a drop of wind, it does not want to work. I don't know if everybody else has that same problem, but buddy, I sure did. That one there I would not recommend it for nobody, especially if it's any kind of wind. I think I've got to use it 3 times. and ended up just about every time except for the first day having to go back to my other old way of just doing it with the gimbal being just a hosing stick, basically. Another one took off right over there to the left of the screen towards the building. If you're wondering what left and right is from where you're at. Well, I seen you move. You went after it, but I pulled it too fast. There was one right there that went after it. I pulling it in. May have to drag it a little bit and see if what hits it. Let's try that a moment. Let it kind of skim across the top. Now we'll stop it a minute and see what happens. I have done that before catching fish, just dragging it like that. I might have to get it in there and leave it though and quit playing with it. I'm bouncing it around too much. So I don't know to bite it or leave it alone. So I'm paying attention to it right there. Come on, little fishies. We're gonna get a good cast in there. Let's save it out there for a few minutes. Let's see what happens up there, guys. And if I lose you, it's because it's the internet decided to cut off. Which way the wind's blowing would not surprise me. It's probably already been cutting in and out. I do apologize about that. Internet's been bad up here ever since them storms. It comes right back, but it cuts out like crazy. I don't know if it damaged something or what. Luckily though, I didn't lose power in all that storm. I lost internet a couple times, but I did not lose power at all. So we was lucky on that part. And we got another bluegill. Oh, that one's got a lot of pink to him. Look how pink that one is. That might be a pink gill instead of a bluegill. Is there such a thing as a pink gill? Because that's a pinky. He's awful pinky. Ow, you sucker, you got me. He got me with his claws. Well, not claws, but whatever you call them. Gills. Bye, buddy. But yeah, I didn't lose electric at all. Believe it or not, I've been here 6 years. We've had pretty good snows and storms, and my power has never went off. So I would have to give this little town here credit. They stay on top of things. Well, it's actually considered a city, but to me, city is like Cincinnati or Cleveland or a real big city is a city to me. Atlanta, places like that. I don't know if there's a ball game going on up there or people are just a family thing going on or what, but there's been a lot of hollering going on. I think there's people that got a big house and they have two big ponds about this size of their own. Actually, they're bigger than this one. There's two of them that ties it in together and they feed into this one. and they do a lot of stuff on their own personal ponds. They don't let anybody on them though, it's private. So they don't let nobody fish or nothing on theirs. So everybody comes down here and waits for the fish to leave that pond to come to this pond because they're higher up, and they eventually they swim down and end up being sucked in down here. I'd say a lot of their fishes ended up in this pond. Which I don't know how fish travel. I don't know if they swim with the water or what. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they swim through. I'll tell you a good story though. Me and my brother-in-law was fishing one time in Tennessee, and we was fishing at a culvert, and a man had drowned in the river down there, and they couldn't find his body, and they had been searching for his body for like 3 or 4 days. And me and him was fishing down there, and one day we was sitting in there at the culvert fishing, and all of a sudden this glove come right through the culvert, and it was straight up in the air like a hand was in it. Now whether that was that man's body or not, I have no earthly idea. I did not want to find out. We packed our stuff up and left after that, because I told him I ain't wanting to be down here if they found a man's body. So we left. But that glove was straight up in the air like a hand was in it. I don't know if he floats, if he went to the bottom or what. I don't know. All I know is I seen a glove with a hand, looked like a hand in it, going straight through the culvert. And the water was pretty swift that day and moving pretty swiftly, so very well could have been. But I wasn't waiting around to find out. I do hope they found the man. I don't know if they ever did or not. I never heard. But I didn't want no part of that. I had people tell me, why didn't you try to catch it? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. You want to catch it? You went down. Should have been down there and caught it, but not me. I ain't snagging no glove. No, thank you. That one there pulled the worm off or trying to. He's working with it right there. He probably got it then. Probably got it. No, he just about did. I don't give him much. I try to give him as little as possible. Especially them little bait robbers. I call them bait robbers because they like to rob your bait. We'll try again and see what happens. Let's see what happens. We'll leave it about there though. Their bite not really good. I mean, the last time was a lot faster and more rapid. But after 9 inches of rain, they've got plenty to eat. So I'm surprised they're even biting. Then it looks like we got a lot of big fish moving around today, scooping up whatever they can from the stuff that washed in from the rains, out of the grass and out of the culverts. So it ain't like they ain't got no food to eat. Tighten it up, it's washing in too far in it. Oh, there's something wiggling around there. Just want to keep going back to that little piece of grass over there, if you guys can see it. I'm hoping you're seeing it. It's hard to judge where you're at when you're doing something like this because you don't know where you set your tripod. But I got it in a good spot where you can see. He probably did get the worm then because it wasn't on there that good. No, he didn't get it all. I took one time and took them worms. Oh man, I just let that thing wrap around my reel. I took my worms home one day and didn't put the lid on them good. I went in there and get a drink out of the refrigerator, and my little worms was all over the refrigerator. That made a nice, nasty little mess. Had to clean the refrigerator. We used to store all kinds of this stuff in the refrigerator. We were little, we didn't tell Mom we put them in there. We just shove them in there. Next thing you know, you'd have worms all over the refrigerator and she'd be ready to kill us. My mother used to love to go fishing. She used to love to wear it out on them bluegill. She was pretty good at snagging them too, but if she could catch them when you couldn't, she'd be sitting there and she'd have like 30 and you wouldn't have the first one. You'd get so aggravated. She'd always catch the first one. We'd all run over there and get on top of her and fish right around her and try to see if they'd bite our pole instead of hers. Sometimes it'd work, sometimes it wouldn't. Most of the time it wouldn't matter. She done burn us up anyways. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some more bait on there and get that off of it. We caught that this time. You ain't gonna catch it with all that mess on there. Let's give it a little more bait. Always try to find the same worms so I don't kill them all. Now come back there, lid. We don't throw down trash. Never throw down our trash. We'll take it back with us. That's something you don't want to leave in your car either, is the old worms. They do not smell pretty if you leave them in your car and it's 90 degrees the next day. That does not smell good. Oh, I got to tell you the funny story, guys. Anybody that's listening. We was little, me and my brothers. I don't know. I was probably 6, 7. My other brother, like I said, 8. The other one probably 9. We went to a pond fishing one time. And we got bored, us kids did. Mom and them was still fishing. But us kids, we decided we were going to get out and run around and, play around the car. And these people had an old building down there, too, on the property where we was fishing. It's an old pond we was fishing at. And we run into these baby little skunks. There was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them. Well, we caught 2 of them. And we didn't have nothing to put them in. And they were little, cute little things. I mean, a skunk's a pretty little thing when it's little. And we put them things inside the car. Opened up the car door and stuck them in the car. And them things sprayed inside that car. And that car it smelled horrible. Mom and them got to the car and they opened up the door and of course they let the skunks out. That smell did not leave that car. And everywhere you went, you smelled like a skunk because it sprayed into the seats and everything. We had it cleaned and everything. Could not get that smell out of them seats in that car. My mom went to the store, went to the grocery store, and she's standing in line trying to pay, and that some woman in front of her says, "Oh my goodness, what is that smell? It smells like a skunk in here." My mom pointed and looked back at her and says, "I don't know, but that poor little old man in front of me, he sure smells bad." And blamed it on the man in front of her. She was ready to kill us, though. Her and my stepdad both was when we throw them skunks in the car. That was the days when they busted your kids' hind end over it. But we got home, we got blistered. I always hated that one where they made you cut your own switch to spank you with. That always did not feel good. Knowing you was going to get whooped with it, you wanted to go find the worst little stick you could find. And that never worked because then Mama would always send the next one out to cut a better switch. Oh, we'd come in with it. Sometimes too, we'd think if we brought the little small one in, it would hurt as bad. Oh man, that was wrong. That was a wrong decision to make. But my mama would switch you with whatever she could get a hold of at the time. And most of the time when we got to switch and we deserved it, we done something to do it for sure. She was one though, buddy, if she thought you needed it, you got it. They didn't care to correct your kids back then, though. Even the neighbors would correct you. It wasn't just your parents; it was your neighbors' kids. I mean, the neighbors corrected you as well if you was involved with something with their kids. I don't know how many times I got switching by the neighbors. uh, well, I don't know if they're going to bite anymore or not. May just quit it on us. Just have to wait and see what happens. My little fishies, give us some bites. I do believe the sun is turned a little bit on us. A little bit, starting to go down a little bit. Because I don't know though. By the time you think it is, then it becomes brighter and hotter. Let's get another cast in here. That's a good one. See what happens there. See what happens. I don't like it when the water blows, bounces your ball, though. It's hard to tell when you're getting a bite. That's the worst part about it, when you can't tell. But it's worth a shot to try anyways. Stop blowing wind, I can't tell. The glare from the sun sometimes makes you see. If there's any big fish in there, maybe they'll see it bouncing up and down and grab it. And I've been biting the best today though. But, like I said, all that rain and all this food in the water. There's a turtle head about 3 feet past my bobber. I don't know if you've seen it or not. A little turtle head keeps popping up. So there is little turtles in this pond. You see him up there? He's got his little head up there about. I'll see if I can land on him. He went under right in there. 2 foot to the left, towards the building. You might see him come back up. There's a turtle in there. He ain't a real big and he's a little feller. I come down here one day and there was a big old snapping turtle out there in the road. He'd got out in the road. And I was trying to shoo him off the road. He just kept opening that mouth, trying to bite me. Them things are mean. Boy, if they get a hold of you, they don't let go either. I've hooked sticks and stuff and had them bite on sticks and stuff, and them locked down on them and won't turn free. They claim it. You got to wait to what, sundown or thunder strikes or something before they'll release, and I don't doubt it at all. The old man used to eat them occasionally. He used to tell us there were 7 kinds of meat in a turtle. Tastes like 7 different kinds of meat. I've never ate one. I never could bring myself to eat one of the little things. I'm like, nope, I ain't eating that thing. Some people like them. I don't. I don't know that I don't like them. I just don't know. I never tried them. He used to make turtle soup, he called it. Like, I ain't eating turtle nothing. Now, if it's a cheeseburger, I'd eat it. But if it was a turtle, no. Not happening. It's like my dad, he'd say, well, son, what are you going fishing for if you ain't going to eat them? I said, just the joy of catching them. He said, don't you like fish? I said, yeah, I like fish. I said, I love Captain D's or Long John Silver's. To me, that's my fish. I'm not going to eat no fish I caught myself, no. But Captain D's or Long John's now, they're talking a different story. Of course, I think they just about closed all them down. A lot of them places is closed anymore. I'm gonna go right here, man. I just keep seeing something moving right there. I'm gonna see what it's something biting right there. I'll show you if I catch anything, or tell you if I get a bite. Probably not, but I keep seeing fish moving right there. Something pecked at it right there. But I didn't go out enough, so I'm gonna go out a little further. Let's go right in here. You guys might see that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that close or not. Oh. The water's starting to move more this way. It's pushing some of that junk that away now. That's why I'm thinking some of the fish might be moving through. I'm gonna sit it right there for a moment. Let's see. I like to play in different areas, see what happens. Start to move through there pretty good. I caught this 10-foot fish, weighed about 340 pounds, but I put him back when nobody was watching. Before it started the cameras. I didn't want no one to see that one. That way they wouldn't know my secrets about fishing for him. He's about 10 foot, weighed about 300 or 400 pounds. Excuse me. Swallowed a gnat. Yeah. That's one thing I hate about it, fishing and going out in the side though, the bugs drive you nuts. But I caught one this big. He was a real big one. Uh-oh, we're getting bites sitting there shooting the breeze. I think I might have had him and let him get away. I did. We let him get away. He probably got the worm. Either that is for one of them big ones again, playing with it. The gnats out here, though. Sometimes they'll drive you nuts. He got most of the worm, but he didn't get it all. We'll go back a little bit and see what happens. One of the fishies. That could be a small one too, not big enough to bite, but big enough to aggravate you. You get them kind occasionally. I'm gonna try to get a drink of water and see if it's all of it. I don't know what that was in my top of my water, but I'll share with you. Should have put the lid on it, because I don't know what that little bug was, but I went about the drinking. We just had to share. All right. If anybody's came in, we're just sitting around fishing, killing a Sunday afternoon or evening or whatever you want to call this. I can't see the screen for the sun. I do apologize. But if I move this thing, I've got rocks holding it down to keep the wind from flipping it over. So if I move it, I won't be able to probably get it back set and level. So I was just trying to fish a little bit and relax. This is the way I relax, by fishing or doing something fun outside instead of sitting in the house. I figured you got all winter to do that. Of course, even in the wintertime, I'm not out. I mean, not in the house. I'm still out doing something. Sitting in the house is just so boring. I think they're about quit biting. They're not biting too good. Don't know if the big ones are around this culvert or what. Don't know. Of course, right over there to the right is where I caught the bass a while ago. Something jumped at it there as I was pulling it in. I don't know what that was. But right in this area where I caught the bass a while ago, just sitting up there, and it hit it, and there he was. And then we snagged something big, probably a bigger bass, but I let it get away. Let it get away. And that would have probably been a good one. I do know there is some pretty good sized bass in here because I caught one, I don't know, a year or two ago. Maybe been last year, I don't know. I can't remember yesterday's. I don't know. Can't remember days good at all. And I thank the Lord for GPS, because when I go to these cemeteries, if I didn't have GPS, I'd probably never make it home. I forget where I'm at. In my sense of direction, I have none. I know right and left. I don't know north and south and east and west. Some people start telling me that when they're riding with me. I'm like, yeah, let's go right and left. Or up and down. I used to take care of an old man, and he'd say, well, what would you have done if you was out in the Mojave Desert? I said, probably curl up and die. He used to tell me that all the time. Oh, come on. We'll see what happens in the next few minutes. If something don't happen, we may. Oh, there's something bubbling right over there. It's right next, pretty close to where I'm at. That's probably either another turtle or a bigger fish. Well, let's just let it sit there for a few minutes. And maybe see if I can tell if anybody's on the screen. I'll try to see if I can see. My eyes ain't the best, but I'll try. All right, let's see who we got here. We have, what is it, Ransom or something like that? Fisherman, how often can you change spots in one city, or is that an advertised? Oh, I just change around wherever, buddy, just to see if anything's biting. Anything at all. Don't matter to me what it is. I'm not trying for any certain kind of fish. It's whatever bites. Oh, you stupid phone. Let me see if it goes back. No, I don't want to hide no messages. What are you doing? Oh, man. I'm going to pin your comment or something. Maybe it'll stop it. There it goes. Wait a minute. Bluegrass, you're a mod. I'm trying this. I don't know how to do all this stuff. Oh, it's Adventures. Hi, Andy. How are you, buddy? We're just fishing, playing in the water. Right now, nothing's biting, so we're just sitting. If they ain't biting, we're just sitting. Right now, we're just sitting. If I let go of the screen, it's going to flop around, so. But to answer your question about moving the reel, I just sit there for a minute till it gets boring, then I move it to somewhere else to see if something bites. There ain't no certain time and anywhere. I'm liable to move it 75 times in 10 minutes, you never know. Did it make you a mod, Bluegrass? I always heard all you gotta do is touch on the name. I don't know nothing about all that stuff. I don't even know if I'm on the messages or not. Let's see. Oh, Andy, you came in a long time ago and I didn't say nothing to you. I'm sorry, buddy. And then somebody else. Who is it? Penny. Hi, Penny. Good to see you. Good to see you in. I backed it up for her. I can see to back up. If you're still with me, I don't know if you are. But if you are, hello, Penny. She's been sick. Let's try to see who else might have come in. Oh, Penny was in a long time ago. I'm sorry, Penny. Big dude come in. Hello, big dude. If you're still here, he's 85 degrees. Whoa. Penny was in for a good while. Who else is that? Oh, I missed one there. I can't tell. Then, Derby Playground came in. Derby. Good to see you, Derby. If you're still with me. I don't know who is and who ain't. It's hard to see this thing. Especially screens out in the sun. You can't just see nothing. I'm going to set you back down, though, and try to maneuver and maybe try to get one more least fish. I don't know. I think they about stopped biting. The bigger ones are moving around or something. And causing the littler fish to run and hide. Of course, I don't blame them. A bass has got a pretty good sized mouth. So if you're not a pretty good sized fish, I don't think I'd be messing with no big largemouth bass. because you're gonna get eat. About like my goldfish I got. I had a goldfish. He ate everybody in the tank with him. Now he's by himself, and I kind of feel sorry for the big fish in our tank by himself. But you know, hey, when you eat everybody else, you ain't got nobody left. You ate all your friends. And that's what he did. He ate them all. So he had nobody left. Oh man, look at that junk I pulled in with it. Oh my goodness. Look at that mess this time. That would be the reason why we're not catching nothing. We caught this. Gobba. Well, that was enough to wash my hands good. Let's try it again, guys. Now we got the Gobba junk off there. Might get a bite now. Had too much junk on there before. I caught some more of it right there. There's a big gob of it right up there that it keeps catching on. Probably got it again when I pulled it. Something's bubbling right over there beside me though, and I don't know if that's a turtle or a fish. Could be mixed, you never know. Could be a turtle fish. Remember that old cat dog show where it was a cat and then it's a dog, it's a cat, it's a dog? Could be a fish that way or something, I don't know. Sound like somebody's shooting out back again. The reason why I'm letting this run so long too is I had heard that, I don't know how true it is, that live streams work toward your watch hours. And if I'm gonna sit around and do a live stream, I might as well fish for a couple hours and do a live stream for a couple hours fishing. And doing something like this. Because I went, with my leg swelled like it is, I can't walk a cemetery for 2 hours. Whoa. I caught him and got him into the bank, and he's bounced off right at the bank. And now he's got me tangled in some weeds, and I'm probably going to lose my hook. Darn it. Right at the, not a good time. No. It's gone there. He got me hung up in the bushes. Hopefully we got it without the hook falling off. I caught him right at the bank, and he got me into the weeds. Believe it or not, I did not lose my hook after all that struggling. It did bend my little swivel, or not, yeah, swivel, I guess you call it. Hey, worm, sorry, get back in there. Where are you going? You ain't leaving. Not unless you're going on the reel. That was a pretty nice one, too, that fill of him. But I didn't catch him because I didn't get him in. So, he don't count. He does not count. Well, let's try it again. Darn it. All that time, got a good one and ended up letting him yank off. Well, we'll just see what happens. The wind's starting to get up a little bit, so if the phone's shaking, it's because of the wind. It is getting a little bit more windier. It's supposed to be like 64 degrees or something like that tonight. I am ready for a good night, a cool breeze. And then I think one day this week it's only supposed to be like 68 for the high here. So we're below average on our temperature right now after them storms. Which it ain't hurting my feelings one bit. I can actually breathe in this, even though I got all the stuff going on. I just still breathe good. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be able to get out and still go, so I can't complain. I could be stuck in the house not being able to, so I enjoy being able to get out. Ooh, that breeze right there is a little nippy. Hard to say in the summertime when you get there and it's still summertime and you got a cool breeze like this blowing. This feels like fall weather already. Feels great though. Does feel great. Uh-oh, there he goes. There's something going. We missed him though. They're right at the bank, some of them. Must be them bigger fish keeping them scared over. Oh, don't tell me you got the worm already. One good thing about the live stream too, you don't have to worry about using up all your space on your phone or your storage with the live stream. That is a good thing about it. That's one thing I do like about live streaming. Because my phone says it's 98% full. And I'm like, well, how do I delete stuff to get it unfull? And they said, you can't. It said, you have to buy a new phone. Well, I don't go with an expensive phone because, like I said before, you never know when you might get someone on camera that don't want to be in. They grab your phone and smash it. So, yeah, that's why I go with cheaper phones. Not real cheap phones, but cheaper. I don't go with an iPhone because I'm not good with electronics. iPhone just seems a little more complicated to me than what I want to do. Although I do like the idea of them being waterproof. So that's what I need now. That way, when I want to record in the rain, I'd have a waterproof phone. Because believe it or not, it's pretty hard being one person holding your camera, an umbrella, your phone. You know, trying to get everything and hold it, and try to record, and then try to turn stones and fix stones and everything else, and be one person. I've had a few people think there's 2 or 3 people that help me, and I'm like, no, it's only me. It's a wiggling around. They're getting slow on the bite, though. I don't know if they're tired of biting for the day or what. They're getting slow on the go. Ah, there goes one. Let him get off again, darn it. Oh, he just about pulled the worm off. He tried. I see I missed it twice right there. That ain't the fish, that's me. Sometimes my reflex ain't that fast. We'll go back and try again there and see what happens. He may come right back and bite, you never know. Then again, he may take 20 minutes again. Sometimes it's just, you feel like it's time to just pack it up and call it for good. Pack it up and quits. But I usually don't. I sit another hour. Move it around a little bit. That way they'll see it's still there. Trying to push it right into the bank. We'll have to get him out of there. He's going to be tangled in the grass again. Yeah, you ain't tangling me up. No. I don't want to lose the hook unless I have to. We'll go out a little further. I've not bought no hooks in a while. Them things probably went up pretty good too now. Everything else has. Even going to restaurants anymore, it's got outrageous. Used to be cheap to go to McDonald's and stuff. You can't even do that now. That $1 hamburger, I think anymore, is like $4. Of course, I don't care for them anyways. I'd rather eat at home. Tuna and stuff like that's what I eat. I don't eat all that cooked stuff either. And I don't cook no more. I retired from that. Everybody's like, what do you eat? I said, whatever I can find, I ain't got to cook. Microwave becomes your friend. Alrighty. And if y'all can change trade links or whatever, I don't know anything about that either. You can do it. You're more the power to it. I don't know nothing about any of that. Say hello to each other and whatever. If you're anybody in here, you know, I don't know nothing about all that stuff. I don't claim to know nothing about any of it. I just do what I can on my channel. I'm trying to learn some of it, but it just, I don't know. I'm always afraid I'm going to hit the wrong button and delete everything. And boy, it takes a good while to walk a cemetery and then risk losing a video. So I'm afraid to try a lot of things. So I have somebody to help me and tell me what it means. A lot of them words on there, I don't understand what they mean. And I hit the wrong button and it deletes something. I don't want to do that. So I can figure it out. I'm like, nope, I ain't doing this. Too long to walk a cemetery and have to delete it and start over. Although I have went to one and walked half of it, then looked down and think, well, what's this thing doing? And I forgot to push the record button. Now that's kind of annoying. I've done that a bunch of times. Had to do it all over because you forgot to push the record button. That ain't no fun either. Alright. It may be getting too late in the evening. They may quit biting for the day. We'll give it a few more minutes, and if they don't, then I'll end up wrapping it up. Go home and rest up for tomorrow. Get ready to find another new location. Not find one, I've got plenty. Just pick one and start heading into it and start doing it. I sit there and went looking up a name on a cemetery the other day. I forgot what the name of it was now. Anyways, I was trying to find it because I had wrote it down on a piece of paper. I'd passed it. I put that name in there, and 48 of them popped up that it has that name to it. And I'm like, oh goodness. So that's 48 new cemeteries that I didn't even know I had. I now have that's got that one name. I think it was Bethel. And I've got 48 Bethel cemeteries in Northeast Ohio on top of the list I already got. I'm like, I ain't never gonna get done with these cemeteries in Northeast Ohio. Right now I've got about 200 wrote down on a piece of paper to go to already. Seems like everywhere I drive to, I find one or two more in my way. I wanted to hit up some in Kentucky and Virginia and West Virginia before winter and get a few cemeteries in, but don't look like I'm ever going to get out of this area. I plan on doing a little bit of traveling to do some. I want to go down to, my daughter lives in Mississippi. I want to do a few while I'm down in Mississippi too, visiting her. I don't know when I'm going exactly yet. I just know I'm going soon. Probably within the next couple months. I figured there might be some good cemeteries down that way to visit. And then my brother come by today and he says, have you been to Columbus? I says, up that way, why? He says, oh, I live right out of Columbus now. And he said, there's tons of cemeteries up this way. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I'm still working on the list I already got. All right, let's see. I think they about quit biting, guys. We're going to try another couple more minutes, then I'm going to call her quits if they don't bite. If I catch something, then it'll have to be a couple more minutes. We'll try over here a minute, see if anything's biting still. I think they just about quit biting for the day. Ah, there it goes, biting again. And I missed him. I didn't have my slack out. Eddie didn't get the worm, so yeah, I didn't go back in the same area, don't I? Well, close right there. We'll call it right there and see. We'll try right there. They probably heard the stunt of Culver being scared, run over too, and it probably scared them a little bit. I never thought of that. I never thought of that. That bite in there, I think, was where it was at. Well, it was over a little bit. Close enough. I tell you, I don't know if I'm as good as so-and-so, but I mean, I don't know any fishermen. I don't watch fishermen shows. I fish myself, but I don't watch any fishermen shows. I don't fish often either. Well, a little bit here and there. It's fun just to come out and kill a day doing this. You don't have to be a pro at it, just relaxing. Seems like I relax more when I'm out doing something I like, though, than when I'm sitting at home. Because you're bored at home. Come on, little fishies. Where'd you go? Don't give up yet. We ain't caught you yet. Oh, well. I don't think he's going to bite there again. I see all kinds of movement up here next to the culvert, but I don't want to get in there and get tangled up. We're going to try right there. This is as good a spot as any. Hello, buddy. Now to the left, over that grassy kind of edged area is right over there. Right over there. They usually bite pretty good over in that corner over there too. Sometimes. Now the other day, they were biting everywhere, and I missed him. See, they're biting, I just missed them. But anyways, yeah, they usually tear it up over in that corner right over there. Usually they tear it up everywhere. Today it's been, like I said, all that rain has put a damper on fishing. They don't need much to eat because there's plenty of stuff in there to eat. And about a week after that settles down, or 3 or 4 days, then they'll be back to biting like they normally are.
Catching anything?
I've caught 3 bluegill and 1 bass.
I caught 4 or 5 big ones over there where that sign is this morning.
Did you?
Then they quit biting.
That's what they're doing now. Either that or I'm missing them.
Well, that one I caught was pretty good size.
I've caught it. Mine was about a pound, pound and a half. Biggest one
They just quit sometimes.
Biggest one I caught here was about, I don't know, about 6 pounds, 6.5 last year. Now a big one just moved right there. A big one just moved right there.
That's pretty decent fishing, ain't it?
Oh yeah, he was a big one.
Take care.
You too, buddy. There was a monster of one just moved right down there. But we can't get that far down. He's halfway down the pond there. I just seen him moving. There's some big ones in here. So he said they done the same thing earlier. They fished was biting and all of a sudden they quit. That's about what they're doing now. Well, they ain't quit. I'm just missing them. Tony's missing them. That's my fault, not the fish. That gun's a little loud. Don't push it into the bank. No. That's the thing with a pond like this, though. You never know where a bass is going to show up at. Or any fish, actually. You might think you have one right in there. There might not be none around. He's fishing over toward that sign, he said. That's what I was talking about, over towards the building on the way. Sometimes they bite pretty good there. Usually right in here, though, you straight down where I'm at in this area, right in here, straight out. Usually pretty good fishing. But the wind's shifting and everything else, and the water's moving this stuff around. There's a good spot right there. Now we'll let her rest. We'll let her rest there for a moment. Let her rest. it feels so good out here. All you ones with the hot weather right now, I feel for you because it is awesome here today. This is lovely weather. Could not ask for a prettier day than today. All right, floater, what are you doing? It went right into that green stuff. I figured it did. Look at this, what we caught. Another big job. Oh, something tripped the hook. Oh, you little rotten rascals. The rotten little rascals. Yeah, let's hook one more worm on, and then if we don't catch anything with it, I'll call her quits. Try one more time. And I'm going to call her quits for the day. Come back another day. Be back to filming tomorrow in the cemetery. Won't be no fishing video tomorrow. Alright, we got a good juicy looking worm on there this time. Now we'll see what we can catch. Right in front of a bunch of that grass stuff. I can see it out there in the pond. Excuse me. It's right behind my bobber. Or floater, whichever you call it. I call it a bobber. I can take my worms home with me, put them in the fridge, and save them for the next time. Definitely don't want to throw them away, because I used to get them for, I don't know, $2 or $3 for 2 things of them. Now it's like $9 for 2 containers of worms. To me, that's a little expensive for a worm. But you want them, you want to fish, you got to pay it. It's like anything else you do, you got to pay for it. So that's the way it goes, ain't it? Let's see what time it is. 1:43. I'll give it to not 1:43. I mean, an hour and 43 minutes is what I meant. I'll give it like around 2 hours by then. About 17 more minutes. If we don't catch nothing major, I'm leaving. I'll give it a little more time. Maybe some evening fish coming in or something. Oh, someone's emptying a clip out there. Bow, 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 bow. Just as long as there ain't no stray bullets coming my way. We don't want that. Can't run fast enough. Oh, that stuff is getting yucky. Well, it didn't cast good that time. I don't know what went on. Probably some dirt in my reel. Well, let's leave it sit there for a minute. That's still real. What's going all over the place? Going crazy on me. I think they, like he said, they just about quit biting. And there's a butterfly. I ain't seen one of them all year. First one I've seen all year. Getting way too much slack in the reel. Dang it. Takes me moving by the time he gets a bite. He got a bite, and I was moving it about the same time he was a bite. Go back a little further. Maybe I'll find it. Seems like it's only in certain spots they're biting today. They're something just moved across the water. Probably my luck, it's probably a little itty bitty thing. It's right back where it was at, so he wants to bite it again. It's sitting there. All right, little fishies. We're getting bored. We're starting to get bored now. I missed it. I missed the last three, as a matter of fact. That was my fault. I only own 3 of those. I'm doing a miss them. That was a big thump. One thing about it is you can't catch them, beat them in the head with a floater, huh? That's what my stepdad used to tell us all the time. If you can't catch them, just beat them in the head with a floater. I think something just moved it there. He's playing with it. We're gonna wait and see though, because I think he barely moved. He moved it, but it just didn't do anything with it. He moved it. They're getting kind of boring now. Don't want to bite now. Gotta wait them out, I guess. The wind's starting to carry the floater a little bit more here and there. If anybody's came in, too, by the way, I don't mean to be rude. Appreciate you coming in. Sorry about that. I've not been trying to ignore you. I just can't see the screen because of the sun, because it's behind me. So it's hard to see if anybody's came in or not. I hope I said hello to everybody that has. If I have missed you, I didn't mean to. I do apologize. I'll put my reel right there. By the time I do, I'll hook a big one and he'll take off with the reel. I've had that happen before too. We're fixing to wrap it up here though. I think they've pretty well quit biting for the day. I would say I may give it a couple of days and all this stuff settles, and there'll be more fish coming in because there's a lot of settlement coming in from the other pond, so they're eating it now instead of eating the worms, I believe. Because I see blades of grass and everything coming in through here now. And that wasn't there when I first got here. Now it's got blades of grass and everything in it. So yeah, it's getting plenty to eat from the other pond. Don't need nothing for me. Sorry about the wind too, guys. But hey, I'll take it breezy today. It's pretty windy out here today. Pretty windy. It's a good one right there. Pretty good breeze. Now it's blowing that crust way and then blows it right back the other. So we'll get it past all the crud. Maybe they'll bite this instead of the crud. Kind of trying to hang onto my pole to make sure nothing runs off with it. I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I don't think there's nothing else gonna bite. I'm gonna try a couple casts over there where he was talking on that side over there real quick before I wrap it up on this side. I'm gonna wrap it up here for a moment. Try over that way a little bit. If I can get it to get over that way with the wind blowing. There we go. That's a good one. Let's see if there's anything biting on that side over there. We might have been fishing on the wrong side. You never know. It's weird when it comes to fishing, though. You can be over here fishing and a foot over, the fish will be biting like crazy, but you go a foot back the other way, they're not biting at all. It's crazy how fish bite sometimes. And sometimes they quit biting for the day. Like I believe they have now, pretty much. Maybe a straggler here and there. I believe they're pretty well done for the day. I believe they are. I might be wrong, but I think they're pretty well done. I don't think they want to bite no more. I think they bit out. Seems like the biting has come to a halt. Don't want to get that junk all over the place. Let's go out of that way a little bit, right in there. We'll try right there somewhere. I don't know if it's on the camera or not, though. This pond goes on around the van up there, though, and it goes about this much distance the other way, and it's got like a little island out there, too, that's pretty cool. Sometimes if I fish, and if I park in that parking lot over there, I go behind the building around that way and fish, too. There's some good fishing spots around that backside. Depends on where you're at. I come here a lot of times, and I'll go over there sometimes too. It's a pretty good pond to fish in, especially on days when they're biting good. You can't reel them in fast enough. Now we're fixing to reel it in and call it quits, though, and wrap it up for the day. Start getting everything picked up, ready to go. Starting to get close to time to find something to munch on for dinner. It's about dinner time. Well, actually, it's probably past dinner time because I eat dinner around 5 o'clock. Then close enough if anything's biting, so it'll be biting right there. Should be, but that don't mean it is. No guarantee you're going to catch nothing. I am glad I caught to start with, though. At least it wasn't a total waste today. And look, I even caught some more greenery. Some of this stuff. Ah, darn it. Get off there. I pulled about, I don't know, a couple pounds of that out today. This will probably be my last cast, guys. I'll probably wrap it up after this one. We'll give it a minute and see if anything bites, and if it don't, we'll wrap it up. Get ready to go home. Wrap it up and call it a day. Oh, darn it. Spilt that everywhere. All over me again. I squeeze my bottles of water and I keep putting them beside my seat. And then I smash the bottle because I forget it's behind me. And these little plastic bottles is not made worth a dime anymore. They smash easy. Yeah, I believe they're done biting for the day, guys. I believe they've called her quits on me. Thought I'd get a bite right in there. It was tapering in, but it don't look like it's going to. I wish they'd eat the worm off so I'd pull it off. At least do that for me. Come on, fishies. Do something. I do appreciate everybody that's come in to watch today. And I don't blame anybody for popping in and out. I mean, sometimes I stay in if it's a real interesting live stream, but if it ain't, I mean, I'll pop in and out myself. I don't never stay completely on somebody's live stream. If they're doing something interesting, I will. But I mean, something like this here, it does get boring. I understand that. So I don't blame people for popping out. Come on, fishies, bite it off there. I'm trying to get him to take the worm now, so I don't have to pull it off, but it looks like I might have to pull it off, throw it away. I can wrap it up. Go home and get ready for tomorrow. Probably be heading up to either Tiffin or Cleveland maybe tomorrow, which is anywhere from an hour and a half to the other side of Cleveland, about an hour and 45 minutes where I might go tomorrow. So makes a long day time you go film for about 4 hours and then you drive for an hour and a half, 2 hours one way to get there. So on your way back, you're tired, wore down. Watch me throw this piece of worm in and some whale take off with it. I can see why they're not biting it though. There wasn't nothing left of it. But anyways, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to see who came in or see who's in and talk for a moment. Then we'll wrap it up. I'm done with the fishing part of the aspects of it. Whoops. Don't leave the camera flop around though. But if anybody's left in here, says we have one person. Who's the one person that's still in here? Just say hello real quick and I'll see who you are. It seems like Bluegrass was in, and I don't know how to pronounce that name. Have a great day, bro. Catch a big fish. Thank you. We caught one bass. It wasn't a big one, but we caught one. Go seek and find. Thank you for coming in. Go seek and find. And Bluegrass, of course, I know you're here. Let's see what else. Andy was in. Thank you, Andy. Penny, of course. Hi, Penny. That didn't mod her either, did it? Penny's the only one that modded. Go back. Oh, maybe it's something wrong with it. Anyways, guys, I'm just fixing to wrap it up. Anybody got any questions about anything or want to say anything? Now say it, or somebody. Let's see, wait a minute. I see it catches a big fish. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm fixing to wrap this up so that there's a good view of the pond. There's a nice looking old green car over there. Look at that old tiny car. Is that thing not cool? They're having some kind of baby shower or something, or some birthday party or something over there. That is an awesome looking old car. But yeah, this is a beautiful club here, though. They got a lot of property. They do a lot of stuff here. And of course, you got the pond. They have boat around there too. You can take a boat out there. They have a boat that sits around there that for everybody to use too. You just go over there and grab it and throw it in the water. But I never go in the boat. I usually sit over here where I'm at because my car is right there and I don't have to walk that far to get to my car. So I park it under the shade tree right there and then I walk right here. So, but it's a beautiful place down here. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming in. I'm fixing to end this. I appreciate each and every one of you that came in, and hope you have a wonderful Sunday evening or a Monday, I guess would be afternoon probably by now. But have a great evening or day, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. And peace. I'm out of here.